Okay, Bod, it looks like it's just you and me today. It's too bad no one responded to our letter this week, but that's alright. I think I'll enjoy some quiet time alone. I might even order another sausage roll. I saw that Winter brought in some new seasonal ones. There's a chorizo caramelized onion one, spinach and ricotta, sweet potato and halloumi
All
rolls,
right, two.
pork and
Just
chives.
hold on a second. Excuse me.
Yes?
Could you
Hello?
watch this for me?
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
you can put it. I mean, let me just quickly move my laptop over slightly. That's kind of
He's just there. Okay, I'll be just like 1 second. Okay,
okay.
okay.
That's a weird bod. Giant armored person just well, he's walking to the bathroom. I don't know what this thing is. Do I want to? Don't touch it, bod.
Oh,
No.
that was soft.
Ah!
Hello?
Huh? Hello?
Why am I on a... Has he gone to the bathroom again?
Uh, the armor person?
I'm down here. On the table.
Oh, yeah, I was looking up at the ceiling. I don't know why I was doing that. Uh, hello?
Hello?
You, I mean, now that I take a closer look, I guess you're shaped like a sword.
Yes. I am a sword.
Oh,
An abandoned sword.
I
But a
mean,
sword nonetheless.
I think he'll be back, right?
One would hope.
Has he left
We've
you
had
before?
a long working relationship. It would be a shame if he flushed it down the toilet just to flush something else down the toilet.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that'll happen. I think, he did say, just to watch you for a sec.
Oh, okay. Well, your name, please?
My name is Mayari. Nice to meet you. And you
Mayari.
are?
Wonderful. Me? Well,
Yes.
ha! Ha! I am Steeltooth, blessed blade of he who stands guard, ancient weapon of the first knightly order, slayer of beasts, dethroner of tyrants flawlessly forged by the fire giants in the depths of hell.
Oh,
But people generally call me Steeltooth for short.
I mean, I think that would be really helpful to me as someone who already forgot everything you just said. But, um, nice to meet you, Steeltooth. Can I call you Toothy?
I
I mean, I don't have to.
I,
I obviously want to call you by a name that, you approve of.
I
If
suppose
you're
I am.
Steeltooth
I'm at your
and
mercy.
oh, well, that's nice. I mean, I don't really plan on hurting anyone, but cool. I mean, I assume that you meant that I could use you if I wanted to, but I don't really want to do that. I just thought, you know. Anyway,
Oh gods, is he talking to you?
You left
yes.
me on the table.
I'm so sorry. I thought maybe if I just left him here for 1 second, he might just leave. What have you been telling her?
Myron, this person is going to use me to cut sausage rolls.
I
Uh,
yes.
okay,
I mean,
he's certainly. It'd be the first thing you've done helpful in a while.
I am the dethroner of tyrants, not the bisector of chorizo.
he
Well, I
could
mean,
be.
you could do both.
I could add it to my title.
You could.
Bisector of chorizo.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to get one, and maybe we could put your strength to the test. Hi. Did Toothy say that you're Myron?
My, did you, Toothy?
Well, I mean, you left me on a table. Time was of the essence. I wasn't going to give your longer name.
I am the guardian of the Grand Crypt. If
Okay,
you
that's
insist, you may call me Myron.
okay. I mean, what about like Ronnie? Is that something
It's
like
Oh,
Toothy and Ronnie, like a really cute?
I love that. Look at how uncomfortably he stands when you say it. Look, Ronnie, you can see his armor just tightened together.
That's okay, Toothy. So I'm sure he has not been bothering you or telling you any stories, right?
No.
We should probably explain why we're walking through a cafe.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I would love to hear that. Actually, wait.
I think the reason I'm walking through is pretty obvious.
I don't walk.
That's true. I mean, I
am
didn't see.
carried,
I don't know.
but never in combat. But physically in combat.
Oh.
And also in combat.
Fine.
So,
would you like to have a seat? I mean, I'm just sort of, I don't know. I was just looking at the menu and didn't really have any plans, but
you know, we could take a break. I mean,
small breather.
I mean, the Grand Crypt's not terribly busy this time of day.
Oh
no, it's pretty dead.
Yeah, that was great. I love that. Well, here I would love to hear any stories that you have, and I know you mentioned that. I don't know if there's like any like crypt ones or.
Are you a storyteller? A recorder of deeds? A bard? A remembrancer?
Yeah, I met a bard once in the Charming region. They were whispering stuff in my ear and just had to sort of leave. But no, I mean, I have a podcast, and if you wanted to, share any stories, I can just do a quick setup. If you wanted to do that and participate.
Yes,
Myron, we could have our deeds remembered forever.
And what deeds are you going to tell today?
I've got deeds. I have plenty of deeds.
I've heard your deeds. I've also seen your deeds.
Well, why don't we let her introduce herself and her purpose here, and then we can decide what kind of deeds we will regale her with.
Okay, let me just quickly set up. Okay, so this is a microphone. You talk into this. I don't know. Wait, I mean, the last person didn't know what it was. I don't know if you know much about technology, but
never seen one before.
Okay, well, this is a big thing that you just talk into, and I plug it into my laptop, and I can record. It's not necessarily like I'm not going to be scribing. I'm not like going to be doing any of that. It's faster to do it this way. So you just talk into it, and yeah, that's it. Is that okay?
So right. It's a thing that you talk to and it never responds.
It doesn't. I mean, I will be.
So it's like Myron.
Oh. Is that what you're like, Myron?
I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get my podcast started. Let me just hit record. Okay. And don't worry. You will be able to share everything that you want. Just within a 15 to 20 minute period. That would be great. Okay. Let me just get this done. Okay. Hello, listener. My name is Mayari, and this is Magical Coffee Dates. I'm sitting here in the Moonbean Tearooms. I've got a warm mocha with me, a sausage roll, and the owners are really cool and let me set up my laptop to record these sessions. I'm waiting to meet up with an old friend. Oh, actually, that probably doesn't work today. Well, I moved away from the October region and sort of lost touch with everyone, but it's fine because I'm back now. I sent out a mailer cat, Bod, to everyone I used to know and set up a few coffee dates. But today is a little bit different because, well, this Myron is here with Toothy. Welcome. Thank you for taking part in my podcast.
Thank you for agreeing to grant us such an audience.
Do I need to hold Toothy up to the microphone there?
It should be able to pick up, but if you wanted to pick him up, you could.
probably safer.
Do I need to be held aloft? I'm quite comfortable on the table.
I mean, whatever you're comfortable with, that's what I care about. But if whatever's safest as well. So, you both know what's best. So, I'll just sit back and listen to your stories.
Why don't you regale her?
Okay, well, I mean, where to start? There's the dragon, there's the evil knight, there's the necromancer. I mean, I suppose we could start with the dragon.
Oh, definitely. I would love to hear about a dragon. I actually haven't come across one ever, but
Very, very political beasts, not as violent as one would think.
oh. Well, what makes them political?
The big gossips. Not a lot to
Oh,
do when you're sat on a giant pile of gold, as this one was, as we approached to secure the innumerable wealth offered to us by the Adventurers Guild, and lo, did it look down upon us and say, "Hark, I see an adventurer approaching with an incredible sword. What a beautiful sword. I've never seen a weapon of its like. The most stunning form of arms one has ever seen." And of course, I did not respond because I was focused on the mission and not
right.
having my ego massaged by a giant lizard.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
How giant was this lizard?
What, you remember? It was
I
huge.
remember, yes.
I mean, what?
dragons are
100
big.
feet?
Oh, or 5.
It was not
5.
5. It was far bigger than that. It was the size of a house.
It was a hatchling.
Oh,
It was not a hatchling, mate, and you know it wasn't a hatchling. Sorry, I mean it was quantifiably very big.
listener, did Toothy's voice just change, or did I?
Probably just
No,
imagined it.
all very normal. Just a slight trick of the acoustics in this place.
I mean,
Um,
we have high ceilings in here, but I don't know about changing. Anyway, yeah. So 5-foot hatchling, um, the
I mean,
size
it
of a
was
house.
yes, but very big, very big lizard.
Okay.
And we secured the treasure and we took it back to the king and the queen, and they were very grateful, and they
Oh, well,
assigned
that's
us
good.
this incredible job guarding a huge ancient crypt, a real city of the dead type place.
Well, that's incredible. What's it like to do something like that responsibility just sounds so, I don't know, just responsibility is not really something that I enjoy, but that sounds incredible. Wow.
Well,
Will Myron tell them all about
it's
our...
guarding a crypt is it's a lot of sitting and a lot of waiting.
I see.
It's you sit there and you wait, and then people don't come because no one wants to go into the crypt. It's
Oh. Well, that's not as exciting as what Toothy was talking about.
Well, there was the time with we were guarding the crypt, and then there was an evil knight that appeared, and he had armor of obsidian and the eyes of a roaring volcano, and he demanded to pass into the crypt, and we said, "Nay, thou shalt not pass."
You did
Wow.
say that. He absolutely did say that. I can
Well,
confirm that. Yeah.
that's amazing.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What happened then?
Well, he insisted on passing, so Myron took me up and dueled him, and I kept insulting him really well, and then he cried and took off his helmet, and the moment he took off his helmet, it turned out that he was just a series of rats. He was just rats in the armor, and then they all fled out of the armor, and the armor just fell apart.
Oh my gosh. So, did you scare him into turning into a series of rats, or is that just what
I
was
think
the
once
entire
we
time?
revealed the ruse, the
Right.
rodents decided to flee.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that, there's people like you and swords like you who,
I remember it. I remember it a little bit different.
oh,
I
really?
had fallen asleep. We had both fallen asleep,
Okay.
and we got woken up by a rat.
Oh,
It was a large rat, and I did jump, and I did draw Toothy here. Not my proudest moment as a guard.
hmm
I
and
mean,
you,
it doesn't sound very accurate. Are you sure you weren't just very sleepy?
We were both very sleepy. You
so
wouldn't
it
think
was a
that a sword
singular
could
rat?
snore?
Oh,
He's implying that it's a single rat. I don't snore. That is the sound of my incredibly serrated edge dragging across the flagstone.
I mean,
Okay, all right. Hold on now. That you are impugning my honor. I would never, ever treat a sword that way.
well, how would you
He
sharpen it otherwise? I mean, I don't
Exactly.
know anything about swords,
Well,
but
why don't you tell her about the day spa for legendary weapons
oh,
that
I
you
would
take me
love to
to
hear about
once a
this.
season?
That sounds
The-
amazing, especially, after really long battles or, doing missions. I can imagine that going to a really beautiful day spa for the both of you. I mean, are there like y- sword and knight day spas where you just sort of relax in a nice little heating pool or mud baths, couples massages, those sort of things?
It's well, there is a bathhouse, and when I go there, I put him in a locker.
It you wait,
A
hold on,
locker?
hold on.
I have
It,
been
it's not a
telling him it's a spa.
it's
It's nice and
it's
soft in there. I put him on top of some towels.
That would be
It's probably nicer than having to hang on my hip as he
you're
normally does.
describing the luxury padded isolation room. That's not a locker with towels in it. You place me in it every time.
I do that. Yes,
Are you
I put a
abandoning me in a locker?
whole lot of towels in there for definitely no reason that has anything to do with muffling sound.
What does the rest of the spa look like?
Oh no, Ronnie, you're
It's
not
quite nice,
taking.
actually.
Oh my gosh, Ronnie, you need to take Toothy to this. I mean, like, I don't want to like. This isn't really something I do. I don't normally do like couples therapy, but also, I just feel as though, you know, it seems like Toothy is sort of feeling abandoned, and Ronnie, it just seems to me like you might be using Toothy as a means to get more gold and then shoving Toothy in a locker while I don't know what you do at a spa, what specifically, you as a knight, but like if I had somebody helping me, like if Bod, for example, was scratching the faces of evil doings, I just feel or evil doers, I just feel like he would deserve to, at least be next to me while I was getting all the nice stuff done.
Hey, Bod, can you hear me? Does she also abandon you in a locker? Because if she does, you can tell me. I won't tell anyone. We could run away together. We could start a bed and breakfast in Snowfall, and no one would have to know. We could have all the sausage rolls we wanted, and all the towels would be out in the open.
Bud? Hey, where are you going? Bud, come here, I have a treat.
Oh, interesting. Seems Bod has become inspired to explore the room.
Oh yeah, he does this from time to time. He actually does a lot of the. Well, I don't know if I said it in my intro, but he actually does a lot of the mailing for me. He takes my letters that I'm sending out to people to actually record this podcast, which is what I normally do. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Oh,
he's a
so
good boy.
he can, like move things around for you, do things for you.
He can.
That sounds very nice.
He's a really good boy. He's very
It,
sweet.
it sounds like a wonderful trait to have in a companion.
I do plenty of other things. I might not be able to move things around. I mean, potentially I could have a go, but according to recently developing information, I appear to just spend some of my time in a small metal box meant for clothes and umbrellas.
Did just I have to ask, did you never notice that the writing just says locker room and you never got further than that?
I don't pay. How many adventurers have we interacted with who speak wonderful forms of different languages? How many times have we casually strolled past ancient runic script? I'm not going to pay attention to what a sign says, because I I I trust you, Myron. Why would
You
I read the
I oh my gosh. You We'll work on that. We'll work on that. We can definitely
I
get
can
it.
read.
Mhm. I believe you.
I can
And
read all sorts of things.
I'm
I
definitely not going to take us to the bookstore and get us some basic reading things so you can practice. When I'm busy,
Do they have books about adventure?
we'll find you one about adventure.
Okay. Well, I mean, far be it from us to consume all of this time with the incredible tales of our many deeds and the things that we have accomplished in the names of this great land that may or may not be recorded in scripts that I may or may not be able to consume with my vision abilities.
I mean,
Miari,
I'm really loving hearing this, but oh yeah, sure. Yes?
we we guard an ancient gateway into the domain of the dead. And this is a challenging role, as it requires patience, but also the ability to protect that which we hold dear, which we may not want people from the outside to see. What are there things that you guard in your life this closely?
Uh Bod, who I would not let out of my sight for a second unless he was doing his work. Other than that, no, I'm pretty much just someone that, likes to I am not necessarily guarded, but I do want to uh fix the friendships that I may have, like when when you accidentally just stop talking to people for a decade,
Hmm.
um that
Yes, Myron's very
We
familiar
should
with that.
Yes, we should try
yeah,
that again.
uh with the okay, I assume that's not with me, but
No, 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 no. Happy to speak
yeah.
with you.
Yeah. I do, I mean likewise. But anyway, there you go.
Well, I mean, how did you meet the small furry individual? Were you brought together by happenstance? Did you both accept the same quest in some far flung adventurer's tavern?
Well, I've had Bod for a long time now, and he's been with me for as long as I can remember, and he's just a really sweet little angel baby boy, and he's really the only constant I've had in my life for a very long time.
That's kind of like us, isn't it, Myron?
It is. It is. It's Say what you will. It is nice to have a constant companion, someone who
It
does
is.
listen to you. I
I was the
assume.
constant companion to Myron throughout his knightly career thus far, and his mother before him. her mother before her,
Oh,
his
wow.
father, and
What? Hold on a moment. You think you do you think that was my mother?
well, I didn't want.
You
I
think
mean,
I live in a lake?
What? Huh?
well,
I
I don't
if
like to criticize people's real estate decisions.
I was just it sounded like, Toothy, you were passed down through generations. Am I is is Ronnie saying something completely different?
Well, lake people. I was before Ronnie. I was with a lady of a body of water, and one day she deigned to hand me down to her worthy successor.
I came across a small a, a small pond
Uh-huh.
in the forest, and a woman rose up out of it, and she presented me with this sword,
Oh, wow.
and I had I maybe should have paid closer attention to what she was saying. She did say that he would speak out if there was danger, among other things.
You you what, mate?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was I had never met her before.
You
I assumed you knew this.
I thought so. I'm not from some. I mean, am I
Um,
uh,
are you okay there,
perhaps
Toothy? You're
I thought I thought I was a legendary hereditary weapon. I didn't realize I was some cast off.
Oh,
doesn't sound like that.
she did grant you to a knight. You know,
Yeah,
you are a legendary weapon. You are a powerfully enchanted, strong, sharp, um, pretty sword.
I
gorgeous.
mean, last I remember, the last conversation that her and I were having was she was communing with some of her other water based friends, and I was regaling them all with the tale about the time where we defeated a kraken. And they said, there are no krakens in this area of the world, and we're not entirely sure if they exist. So I treated them to a half an hour spiel on the history of the kraken, and there was storylines, and there
I
was
mean, I
her
would
whole cast of characters, and then she said that I was going to be inherited.
You, you, okay.
I
Well,
mean, you were.
you were inherited, and you've got a decent life. We do protect the Grand Crypt.
Maybe my next inheritor is Bod. Maybe Bod will wield me.
He might. He could. He can do anything he wanted. He's just so special and sweet. And, if you ever wanted to, I don't know, teach him how to wield a sword, I wouldn't mind that. I mean,
Well,
that's
I mean
okay with you,
it's a
Ronnie.
We
Like
could
lessons.
he could come and do the trial of the Grand Crypt.
Uh,
I
how
assume that there's some
safe?
sort of trial in the Grand Crypt.
it's a big
Uh,
place.
Hmm.
oh, well, we'll think about that. So, uh, is there anything that, okay, well, maybe, is there another, sweet little message that you would like to say to each other before we, uh, before you, I mean, you know, I don't really know how to say this, but I also did want to try sausage rolls on the menu. But I mean, before we end this, maybe I could buy all of you, uh, or both of you, a sausage roll. Is there anything sweet that you would like to say to each other before we end this? and I eat the sausage rolls?
Well, I would say that although not everybody believes the tales that I tell, Myron is an incredibly brave and talented and intelligent knight, and I worry that if our tales are not of, sufficient magnitude, that the people will not afford him the respect and the fame that he has earned. It is a hard job to stand by oneself outside a crypt for so long, and I want to feel uh, exciting. I want to feel exciting enough to not be put in a locker at the spa. And I believe that our greatest adventure yet may be letting me beyond the threshold of what I now understand to be the waiting area of the spa.
And Ronnie, I mean, you've just heard this beautiful, you know, wonderful words from uh, Toothy. Is there anything, that you want to say to him as somebody who's been by your side for so long?
Uh, Toothy, Steel Tooth, I haven't spent a single day watching that tomb by myself. I have spent every day with you, and it is no small thing to have a companion that I know is watching out for me.
Oh, oh,
And
it's really cute. Oh, sorry. I could see that Toothy's starting to move over to give you a hug. I didn't know that your hilt was also arms. I don't.
Sometimes the best offense against a hostile landscape is a good defense. So perhaps moving forward, our focus must be on defending one another.
and
That's so
I will
sweet.
I will I will ask if they will let you into the further parts of the spa. They normally don't allow weapons in, which is why I would stow you. Otherwise, I wouldn't put you in a locker by yourself.
If they don't, I want mints. I can see they have mints. They're on the reception desk.
We can get you mints.
Oh, well, that's really sweet. I am so, I'm really glad that, you both could come to this and, with me and on this podcast for millions of people to listen to. It, words. Also, I know that I'm just really hungry, and as much as I've loved listening to you both be sweet, I am really hungry, and I wasn't planning to do this. And would you like some? Would you like some? I can pay for them.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'll have a sausage.
Okay,
if
cool.
I
Doesn't pay
wasn't
very well
willing
to
to
watch
do
the
it,
crypt.
no, the pay is absolutely abysmal. It's actually statistically zero. They pay us literally in the honor
Oh,
of the role, but unfortunately, that role has no sausage components whatsoever. So this is a huge upgrade.
yes, and I mean they have amazing different types of coffee drinks as well. They even have orange juice. So whatever you want, I'm happy. You did take time to, record with me today, and I don't want you you know, to walk out with nothing aside from the love and friendship you two seem to now have. Um so yeah, let's just go in order. Thanks listener. I'm just going to end here because I'm really hungry and they're going to talk about more things and I have to go. Bye. See you next week.